All right, Shalom, Shalom.
Shalom.
This is the brother Mayum.
Brother Barak.
All right, we coming at you with another live lesson, or just another lesson. Through the Spirit and power, Yahweh Shemel Shai. We want to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honor to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, and much blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out His truth and sincerity. And we just want to do a quick video in the spirit, just going off the current events, the time of the prophecies is, and this being the year, where Yahweh Shemi Shai, Lord's will, all things be, finished up, so to say, where all the prophecies come to pass, right? If I'm not mistaken, that's what the Spirit hopped on the apostle to name this year, so as we're seeing more and more things unfolding now, we have this conflict starting over there in Israel, which can set off a lot of dominoes to begin to fall, and through the Spirit, the men of the Lord, we've called it, from the minute this information hit that iron, hit the internet, man, the men of the Lord have been on it, man, and, we told you exactly what this was going to be doing, man, what the dominoes would look like falling, okay? And this is what the Lord has prepared for the end of days, man. All right, this war that's getting ready to be played out on the earth, man, which is the third woe. Okay, you have something to say before we get precepts?
Like I said, that's just prophecy coming to pass. John the Revelator seen it, he said, "Behold, the second woe passeth, and the third woe cometh quickly." So we seeing it, everything formulating right now.
Yep, that's right. So let me get this one real quick before we get into that. This is Habakkuk chapter 2. All right, so Lakia, I had a call come through. But just getting into this precept here, this is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And this is the words of the Heavenly Father coming to pass, man, which the prophesy means to say before. So the things that were written before time were written for our learning, okay? Because at the end of the day, the people like to make fun of the Bible by giving it the acronym of basic instructions before leaving Earth. Well, in a sense, they're right, man. Because this book was written for our learning, for us to see what we needed to do to prepare ourselves for what the Lord was getting ready to do on the earth, man, which is to bring a great judgment upon this place, man, and the wicked of the world, man. So you coming into the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Shemi Shai, you come into that salvation, in truth, if you're, serving the Lord in truth and sincerity. All right, but what the Lord is getting ready to have happen here on this place is gonna require a lot of death to happen. Okay, and this is what the vision that was written before time was written for our learning for, man, to tell us that there is bloodshed that's getting ready to come. Contrary to popular belief and what some groups have taught in the past, to saying that there isn't going to be a time of Jacob's trouble, Jeremiah 30:7. This time is coming and it's upon us, man. Because now we're getting ready we're seeing the setup for what's getting ready to happen on the earth, which is going to lead to martial law, war at war, economy's going. Everything is about to hit the fan, and people's lives are getting ready to change. So. If you want to say something, or go right into that precept.
The vision is yet for an appointed time, and exactly what we see right now. Because at the end of the day, we don't know exactly how everything just go come to pass, but ultimately we know the Lord He go pull His strings, He go make it happen, no matter what. So though it tarry, wait for it. So like the brother's going into it, we understand that in order to get to the kingdom, these things must come to pass, and the Lord told us He was going to judge the earth, and that's why we should repent and return unto Him. Jeremiah chapter 50 verse 22, a sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction.
And this is what we hear playing on the earth, man, is that sound of the battle. This is that song that only a few know, and those tunes are being played upon the earth, man, okay, which is the words of Yahweh Shemi Shai. And again, it is the prophecies, man. That music is being played, that trumpet is being blown, that sound of war is here, man.
Yeah, and all you see is like these little proxy wars that's going down, but that's ultimately the Lord, stirring them up, because you go into the the Balfour Declaration, pretty much Great Britain, which, you know, America pretty much was birthed out of Great Britain. You know, Great Britain, the one that signed that, you know, to give the land to those, what they call them, Ashkenazi Jews. Ashkenazi. Yeah, you know, pretty much those damn Khazars, you know. So pretty much the Lord, you know, he got a problem with them, but through Great Britain. So this is just all Esau eating. I watched scripture say he had 2 horns as a lamb, but he spake as a dragon. Yep. So he's just playing both sides, and the Lord is using him to usher in World War III, to fulfill the prophecies. There's nothing that he can do but play the tune.
And that's why the Lord is preparing the nations over there in the Middle East as we speak. We see again. Hey, you know, for those that have eyes to see and ears to hear, man, you see the drums of war beating, man. The pieces of the puzzle being put together, man. If you really, like the brother said earlier, man, if you really don't see it, then you just meant to die. At the end of the day, that means you're going to be one of those that get destroyed in the war, man. If you don't believe it.
Yeah, because of the lack of faith, because the scripture says we show our faith by our work. So if you did believe, you would do your diligent research, and after you do you know, some thorough research, everything it's just so plain you can see it. But if you don't, like we were speaking about earlier, if you don't know the pieces, it's not gonna make any sense to you. But you know, if the Spirit is on you, it's all just plain to see. That's why the scripture said, "Write and make it plain upon tables, that he that read it may run." You know. So through linking precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little, it all makes sense. But this is Joel chapter 3 verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I should bring again in captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. See, that's the time that we in right now. The Lord is getting ready to uplift the nation of Israel, man. Yep. The true Israelites, not those so-called Israelites. Those Israelis that's over there in the land right now. Yep. That's why so much judgment over there.
Yep, and it's that time of the setting up of one that is profitable. This is the time that we're in. We're seeing the Lord setting up everything for Yahushua to return. Okay, we see the kingdom being built, the lively stones, rising up, man. You know, go ahead.
Joel chapter 3 verse 2. I will also gather all nations, and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Yeah, so those were the true Jews over there. It said that it says Israel was scattered amongst the nations. So how could those be the true people over there? The Lord got to come bring everybody there to plead with them, to judge them there.
Right.
You know. So that shows that's not the true people, but this is ultimately the plan of the Lord. Right. You know, gathering all these nations to Yahweh Shabbat, Yahweh's judgment. He's coming to judge the whole earth right now.
And again, you know, the Ukraine thing, all these other little skirmishes that the Lord has been having happen on the earth have been setting up the beast to be hated. It's been setting up sides to be chosen for this last go around, because when this last go around comes, this third woe, it's going to be everybody against Babylon and Israel.
Because I seen an article earlier that said Saudi Arabia stand with Palestine, which ultimately, you know, because you got Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Iran supposed to be joining the BRICS nations starting January in 2024, in a few months coming up now. But it pretty much, you just see the alliances being formed. That's it. It ain't that they standing with Palestine. No, you standing with the BRICS nations, man. You standing with Russia. You standing with Iran. You standing with China. You know. So ultimately, this is just World War III. You know, coming to pass. And your boy Albert Pike which was a goddamn a fucking Mason. You know, he was around that time too. Lord Rothschild. You know, in the late 1800s, going into the early 1900s. You know, he was around then, and he was heavy in that goddamn witchcraft, that Masonic shit. So pretty much him so-called predicting the 3 world wars, that was just through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, that was just a demon giving him utterance. That's it. You know, on the left hand side. So all these things are coming to pass. The deceived and the deceiver. I want the scripture to say, stand out with thy enchantments, because they've been going to the left hand side to see these things. You know, but now it's pretty much going so far. The Lord is only going to let them get so far. That was saying the fullness of his sufficiency. You know.
Yeah, and the Lord has Esau bound to a certain limit, because as the scriptures say, Esau is the end of the world. Meaning that his time has a time frame, man. That's why that writing on the wall was written in Babylon, man. It was, you have been found, you have been weighed, you have been measured, and you've been found wanting, man. Meaning you lacking. Okay, but what? It was measured. It was, and guess what? The measure was fulfilled. That's why the time of the Gentiles is been fulfilled, man. Just like in the time of past, all the other captivities. All right. Once that time of the Gentiles was fulfilled, the Lord came and delivered us up out of it. Okay, and it's no different here in this captivity under America, man. All right, it just so happens that this is going to be the greatest deliverance and the greatest judgment ever seen on the planet Earth. That's why Yahweh Shai said it's going to be like a time like no other, man. Okay, something that's never been seen before. That's what's getting ready to happen on this earth. Okay.
Just one last one, Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 20. It says, "Therefore hear the counsel of Yahweh that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes that he hath proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out.
Yep.
Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them."
Yep, and see, the least of the flock is talking about those people over there in Israel right now. And we see again, and we called it, man, this is a setup. This was all a setup. Okay? Everything that was happening is orchestrated for Esau to go to war in the Middle East. This is the excuse. This is what it's going to lead to, man. And this, man, shit's about to get crazy all over the earth. People just don't understand, man. There's going to be war at all fronts. In Taiwan. There's going to be war in Ukraine. There's going to be war in the Middle East. There's going to be war in America.
That's right.
There's going to be war all over the earth. And what's going to ultimately be the culmination of this war is going to be America being destroyed, the land of Israel being destroyed in this war that's getting ready to come, okay? And the kingdom of heaven being established on the earth soon after, okay? Because there will be a remnant that's going to be delivered in this coming judgment, all right?
Yep, and like the brother going to this, it's going to be so bad upon the whole earth to the point Yahweh Shai go have to return. Like this is just going to be too much chaos ensuing. So now a higher power from outside of this earth is going to have to come and intervene. You know, because the earth is going to need to be domesticated, because the scripture speak about in the last day there shall be perilous times, man. It's going to be rough out here. But this Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 7. At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he should be saved out of it.
That's right, man. And see, there's a remnant that's in Jacob, that Israel of Israel. All right, Yasharallah right now, the who are the ones that are being the monument of the Lord? Is the men of the Lord, the prophets, the remnant, those that are going to believe on Yahweh Shai through the word of the prophets and the prophets themselves. Okay, that's that Jacob shall be saved up out of it. Ultimately, all of Israel, because the same shall know by death by pain. They're going to know the deliverance of the Lord through their death. Okay, but nonetheless, man, this place is going to be destroyed, and it's going to be a troublesome time prior to that, man, because it's the proverbial bubble has to be popped, but it means for it to pop, it has to be blown up to a point till it blows. And that's the point that we're getting ready to get into, man, is the popping point, okay, of this bubble known as the regime of Esau. It's about to come crashing down, man. Because Esau is the end of this world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. But through Revelation 18 and 21, through much violence shall that great city Babylon be cast down, man. Great violence. That doesn't sound like a walk in the park. That sounds like some horror shit.
That's right, man.
Shit, violence. People don't know violence, man. Shit, we don't know violence. Like what's getting ready to be seen on the earth, man. People are going to be killing each other for a piece of bread. People are going to be fighting. Bro, food gets prioritized to the military in a time of war. If there's already shortages, what do you think is going to happen? People are going to have to resort to rations. People are going to starve. People are going to fight.
Yep. Scripture speaks about men invading one another for the lack of bread due to great tribulation. And what's going to bring this is, man, war. War is the main the main thing for everything. For Isaiah 4:1, for 2 Esdras 15, 2 Esdras 16, is war.
It's time of trouble.
That's it, the time of trouble. Because these people haven't witnessed a true time of trouble, man. You know, and now the time that's coming out is greater than has ever been. Why? Because a lot of you people docile now. You know, Esau Edom broke the whole world down to a weak state of mind. You know. So now when these troubles come, that's why everybody gonna be so ready. Majority of the people gonna be so ready to receive his mark. They gonna be ready to worship the beast and to show their servitude.
Yeah, that's right. Just to back the brother up, that Revelation, Salakia, 2 Esdras 15 and 14, it says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, because their destruction draweth nigh." Roughly paraphrasing. Okay. It said, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein." And then see, it just so happens that the Lord has to have this trouble come so that that hour of temptation can come. Because if it's not going to be that hard, if it's going to be, or if it's not going to be rough out here, then why would you be tempted to get the MOTB? If you're comfortable, if you're good, I don't need that. What do you mean? I can get my own food. But if it's really tough and it's a time of war, people are dying, people are getting killed, people are getting robbed, and here comes the solution, you're going to be like, damn, I might need that if I want to live. This is why it's going to be a time of trouble, the hour of temptation, because you're going to be presented with this thing, and you're going to be tempted to take it if you lack faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Because you're not going to trust in a higher power, something that you've never seen, to come and rescue you, to feed you, to give you water in the midst of all this thing, to save you and your family. This is why faith is important in these last days, man. That's why the men of the Lord are the ones that have been tried, so that when they come out here to teach you this word, man, they speak it vehemently because they've experienced the things that the Bible said will be happening, man. To show you that our faith is still there amidst all those things happening, that we trust in the Lord and we still get delivered. Brothers have countless tales of being delivered from certain things in their life, man. And this is why the Lord has set up prophets always in the last, man, to show to show those that are going to believe the faith. Because they got plucked out from the midst of these people, the very same people that are being told this. These men were plucked out from amongst them, and they believe. So, damn, there's gonna be some that are gonna be like, yo, if he believed, I believe. I can believe that. He's from my neck of the woods. You know, people always love that shit, right?
Yep.
He's the neighborhood kid.
They can relate to you.
Right, exactly.
That's why the Lord bringing men from all different walks of life, man. You know, and that's why the Lord got each man placed in the camp that you in the city that you in, you know, to do the work. You know, that's why we got to take this calling serious, especially now more than ever, man, because everything that we've been prophesying about is here. You know,
that's right. But let's close out in this. This is Revelation 11. I'm just start at verse 11. And read down a little bit, but it says, and after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Most High entered in unto them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. So the 3 days and a half, just real quick, 3 days and a half was the 350 years, roughly, from the time of the captivity of the so-called Negroes here in the Americas, because the Latino and the Native American tribes were already in captivity from, I think, 1492 or something like that.
Nah, even before that. They came over here.
Right.
You're saying from captivity, yeah, from around 1492 with Christopher Columbus.
Right. Yep.
Hispaniola.
And then the Negroes were finally completed. So from there until about 1969, it was about roughly 350 years. Okay, and then when the Spirit of the Lord, or Spirit of life from the Most High entered in onto them, that's when the Spirit of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding was brought down back on the earth through Abba Bivens, who we through the Spirit believe was Elijah, that was sent back, okay, according to the prophecy in Malachi, all right, of one crying out in the wilderness, all right, to bring back the children to the fathers. All right, meaning the elders, and we being those children, we have been returned from hearing the Spirit of life entering it onto us as well. Okay, so that's what it meant by them standing up upon their feet, was that life, that knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that entered in onto them, the order of how things should be. Okay, and it said, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. That's these elites. Okay, because when they saw men starting to believe and Israel starting to come out, these men were like, how the hell we've done so much to try to hide this, and it's still coming up.
Renaissance, and then changed the language, brought them from another continent, separated families,
Yep.
beat and broke them, and through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, that show you, man, this the end.
Yep.
No matter what, he said he had commanded it and he had stood still.
Right.
You
Hey,
know?
that's why this word is related to waters, because if there's a crack anywhere, water's gonna get through it.
Mm-hmm.
And there ain't nothing that's gonna hold this water back, especially in the iron mixed with miry clay.
That's right.
you can't hold nothing in that,
Mm-hmm.
because it's not a solid piece.
Right.
And so it's partly weak, it's partly strong, but it's partly weak because of that clay, man. So this water found its way out, and there was nothing that this place can do, no matter how much containment they thought they had.
Right, because clay, enough water, that just goes soften that and
Right.
burst through it. And iron, eventually it will rust out.
Yep.
So that this water, which is
That's
the
right.
word, have overtook Esau Edom, man.
Yep. It says, verse 12, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And this is when we're going to get delivered, the remnant that is. When we're getting beamed up into those chariots. And they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud. See, that's a chariot, man. That's a so-called UFO that the remnant are going to go up into. We shall be caught up with him in the air.
Right.
Okay. It says, and their enemies beheld them. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. All right. Verse 13. And the same hour, and see, this is what we're getting ready to come up to, because in the midst of all this chaos, eventually missiles are going to be launched. And in that moment,
Oh, yeah.
men and women and children are going to be beamed up. And the rest of y'all are going to see them go up. And then you're going to see missiles come down.
Yeah, and these people, they starting to believe it now because we've been
Yep.
saying these things. But even before the chariots come, we've been
Yep.
telling them about the build up to the chariots.
Yep.
So now they're seeing the build up. So that's why then should they know that a prophet was among them.
Yep.
Those rumors
That's
are
right.
becoming your reality.
Yep.
So you people know who the prophets of the Lord is. You know who the Lord is dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
It says, verse 13, in the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell, which is America. And because when you look at it, the FEMA camp, the FEMA breakdown of America is 10 sections, 10 regions. Okay. And it says, and the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. So there was a complete number of people that were destroyed in this fire, which is this nuclear missiles, man, and which is going to, which ultimately is going to cause earthquakes. But these missiles hitting is what's going to cause the initial earthquake, man. All right. So America is going to be completely destroyed. It's going to be an altar. All right. And it says, and the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the power of heaven. So see, even the remnant, the ones that are delivered, are going to be scared, bro, because it's going to be, we're going to be saved at that very last second. Yeah. Woo! Right before, and we get to see y'all. As we go, as you see us go up, we looking at you going up. And you staying down.
Yeah, it said great earthquake. So this is an earthquake the earth ain't never felt, because it said the earth shall rock to and fro like a drunkard. You know?
Yeah, that's right. But, let me read verse 14, because it's the point. The second woe was past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Yeah. And that third woe is just right around the corner, my friends. And Lord's will, man, things get popping by the end of the year real serious, and Lord's will it be next year we up out of here, man. And things are looking very bright.
Yeah.
Through the brightness of his coming.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, Lord's with us was edifying. We want to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone. Much blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out this truth and this truth and sincerity. With that, we say Shalom.
Shalom.